ache.
Alright guys, welcome back to another MLB The Show franchise mode with the Chicago White Sox. It is September call-ups, so we are calling up some of our young prospects. I already just called them up. I'm going to show you guys who we called up. So, we go ahead and we look over starting pitchers. We have called up Dylan Cease. He's going to move into the bullpen. He's going to be a long reliever. See how he does. If he doesn't do well, he's going to get sent down, so that way he's not being exposed to too much harm in the MLB. In the bullpen, we moved no one except for Juan Minaya. He got moved up. He's going to be in the bullpen as well. Catchers, we're moving Zach Collins up simply because Kevin Smith is going to be on the DL for about a week, 2 weeks tops. So he's going to be up there to be the backup catcher. No one at first base. Yolmer Sanchez is coming back up. No one from third base. Jake Berger's already up. No one from shortstop. Blake Rutherford is going to be the one and only outfielder to get a September call-up, besides Ryan Cordell, who has been up before. Luis Robert is going to stay down, and so is Charlie Tilson. And that is our September call-ups, bringing our active roster to 30. Alright guys, it is September 18th, and this is huge. If you take a look at our record, we're 78 and 72. We have been winning practically every series, and now we sit 3.5 back of the Indians, who we are about to have a 3-game series with. Then we play the Cubs at home for 3 games, and then we play Cleveland another 3. So right now is going to determine our future. We're 3.5 back. Both teams are 7-3 in their last 10 games. If we take a look at the wild card, we're 4.5 out of that. So we need to win the division, and the only way we can do that is we need to beat the Indians. And today we're going to have our ace on the mound, Lucas Giolito. It is going to be a fantastic game. Both teams are going to have a lot on this. This is going to be a win it. You have to win this game to make it to the postseason. So without further ado, guys, we're going to start this Cleveland game. Welcome everybody to Progressive Field for the second time in this series. We are live in Cleveland. This is a huge game for both teams, as the Clevelands are 3.5 up on the White Sox for first place in the division for a big playoff spot, with only about 2 to 3 weeks left to go in this season. Brandon McCarthy is going to be on the mound for the Cleveland Indians. He owns a 16-14 record with a 4.52 ERA, so he is hittable. He's given up more hits per innings pitched. His strikeouts are not that high. He is a hittable pitcher. Our offense has been rocking lately, so hopefully this is a game in which we're going to be able to win with our ace on the mound. So D. Gordon is up to bat first, and as always, guys, we're going to show you the first at-bat of the game. As the first pitch is a fastball, it is a 95 miles per hour strike, and it is the start of a very high stakes game, as the White Sox, who were they were sellers at the deadline. We weren't expecting to be in any kind of position to have a playoff spot. As you see, curveball for a ball 1. It's 49 degrees here, clear skies with next to no wind. So if you get a home run, that is all on you. That is all man strength right there. So the count is 1-1. As D. Gordon fouls it off for strike 2. White Sox sit 3.5 back, guys. Again, not a position we thought we were going to be in at the deadline, at the All-Star game. The White Sox have really put their stuff together. They've started playing as a team. As D. Gordon hits one down the line, foul into the stands. Count remains at 1-2 against Brandon McCarthy. D. Gordon, who came over in a trade for Avi Garcia, pops one into the outfield, and he gets it down for a single, leading off the game with a base hit and puts some real speed threat on the bases. As you see here, the replay, a little blooper. Nothing you can do about that, as we get a first hit of the game. Alright guys, Lucas Giolito, our ace on the mound, 16-8, a 2.96 ERA, giving up 147 hits on 191 in the third innings pitched. Fantastic. His whip is super low. His strikeouts are just under a strikeout per inning. He is our ace, and he's the guy we want on the mound for a huge game that is going to start off this 3-game series against Cleveland. And it's not going to be an easy lineup, as the Cleveland Indians own one of the best lineups in the league. And one of those guys is Michael Brantley, who takes strike 1 in the top right corner, a 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Lucas Giolito. It's gonna be a hard game, as the White Sox already have a 1-0 lead, as that is strike 2, as that is fouled off to the side. 0-2 the count. Here comes the third pitch. And that one is fouled off as well to the other side by Michael Brantley. Here comes the pitch. And that is going to be popped behind the plate, but Navarez is going to be unable to reach it, as the count remains 0-2. And another foul by Michael Brantley. Michael Brantley putting up a good AB to start off the game for the Cleveland Indians here at Progressive Field, as ball 1, as a curveball reaches outside the plate. 1-2. Lucas Giolito got snubbed of an all-star spot on the roster, as this one is going to be trouble as it hits the gap. D. Gordon runs after it. He throws it in, and it looks like he's going for third, and it's going to be a lead-off triple for Michael Brantley of the Cleveland Indians, his second triple of the year, putting an immediate push on by the Cleveland Indians. As you can see, it hits the gap. D. Gordon, one of the fastest players in the game, got to it very quickly, but still Michael Brantley was able to get on over to third to lead off the game for the Cleveland Indians.
One gone for him here in the inning. We'll give you a look at the standings, and you can see that they entered play with a 3.5-game lead in the division race. He's a plus runner and really uses speed to his advantage in multiple ways on the field.
Yeah, and it works for him. It works for him in a lot of ways, like you said, Matty.
1 sec as that ball is into the gap in right center. Should be good for at least 2 bases. Around second. He's on his way to third. Throw won't get him.
That's his 4th triple of the year, so he's used to this. He rounded first, eyeing the ball, and he knew he was going for 3. Great hustle and a great piece of hitting.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Chicago, number 6.
So the Indians lineup flips over, and to the plate, Michael Brantley. 1 for 2 in the game. He tripled and scored back in the first. And he can't get out of the way there, so the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning. Up next for Chicago, Nicky Delmonico. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Naquin is right there, 1 down.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
So the Indians lineup flips over, and to the plate, Michael Brantley. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat. Swing and a liner. Foul.
That's a foul ball.
Very tight ball game. 3-2 our score in inning number 7. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. Hit on the ground out to short. Anderson brings it in. And the throw forces him to lay out for that one, but he keeps a foot on the bag to record the out.
Center fielder.
Yeah, this is definitely part of his game, the ground attack, Dan. He's a speedster. He's going to get a ton of infield singles, and he knows how frustrated that pitcher is.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line drive to center field. And that's in there, base hit. And he is in there at third as the possible tying run.
Well, Debo, that looked like a pretty easy inning to start. All of a sudden, 2 outs and back-to-back singles, runners at first and third.
Yeah, they put traffic on them. I guess I would throw it back at you, Dan.
All right, guys, we are a couple more days down the road now, and we are at home playing against the Chicago Cubs. There is only about a week left in the season, and we currently sit 2.5 back against the Cleveland Indians. In the wild card, we sit 3.5 back. It is going to be a race up until the final day of the season, most likely. We have 3 more games against Cleveland. As you can see, we have Carlos Rodon, Michael Kopech, and Alec Hansen going to be in those games pitching against Danny Salazar, Carlos Carrasco, and Corey Kluber. It's going to go down right to the final minute, really. And it is not something we were expecting, at the trade deadline and whatnot. But today we are going to be playing the Chicago Cubs. We're going to be going up against Drew Smyly, who, if I'm not mistaken, was the guy who started the All-Star game for the National League. He's 18-4, a $1.67 ERA. It is going to be another challenge as the Cubs are 93-60. So, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and start this game against the Chicago Cubs. Alright, guys, welcome to beautiful Guaranteed Rate Field today. Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs. It's the end of the season. It doesn't get any better than this. It is a rainy day here in Chicago. If you guys remember the last time we played the Cubs, it was a heartbreaker. We were playing in Wrigley, and that guy right there, Chris Bryant, hit a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 9th, a walk-off home run. Hopefully Dane Dunning can go the full 9 today. Maybe he'll provide a miracle and we'll win. He's a 4.06 ERA, 12-9. His walks are pretty low for innings pitched. His strikeouts are pretty high for a rookie. He was a surprise out of spring training. He has stayed with the team the entire way. And as always, guys, we're going to show you the first at-bat of the game. Dane Dunning versus Javi Baez. Javi Baez does not like high fastballs. He chases just about anything except for that. As it's ball 1, Dane Dunning to Javi Baez. It is raining today. No idea if we're going to have a rain delay or anything such as that. But hopefully it is going to be a White Sox W at the end of the day. Javi Baez hits one to center. And Adam Engel takes care of that. Nicky Delmonico will not be playing today. He's getting an off day. It's going to be Adam Engel, Eloy Jimenez in the outfield. As you can see, the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs: Chris Bryant, Kyle Schwarber, Anthony Rizzo. A lot of big names in that lineup. Not so much the 8 and 9 spot, as you can see, but it is going to still be a tough test today for the Chicago White Sox. Alright, guys, 1-2-3 inning for the White Sox. Drew Smyly on the mound, 18-4, a $1.67 ERA. As I said before, his strikeouts are pretty good. His walks are fantastic per innings pitched. His hits are fantastic. The ace of the Chicago club. No one would have thought that at the beginning of the season, that Drew Smyly would be the best pitcher on the Chicago Cubs staff. But he is, and he's going to be going up against D. Gordon to start the game for the White Sox offensive lineup. As it is still coming down in buckets here in Chicago. Lefty v lefty here. And D. Gordon grounds to first, but he looks like he will not make it. He will not beat Anthony Rizzo to the bag, as that will be the first out of the game. It seems to be a continuing theme for D. Gordon to ground out to the left side to get the first out of the game. As you can see, our starting lineup, a lot of guys in the middle 200s: Adam Engel, Yohan Moncada, Matt Davidson. A pretty solid lineup for the Chicago White Sox today.
This might happen based on how close.
All right, guys, we are going to be challenging a play. I'm almost positive he is safe on this one. I am definitely going to be challenging this, as you can see. I think he's safe. It's going to be a tough challenge. Josh Bell was called out at first base. I don't believe he was, but we are going to challenge the play. As you can see, they're going to look in the dugout and they are going to call for the challenge. We are going to be challenging this play. as we're going to get to see another look at it, but Rick Renteria is going to say, yeah, we're going to challenge it. We're going to take a look at it. As you can see, the call in the field is out. We're going to take another look at it. Josh Bell right here. Yeah, he's safe. It's going to be a successful challenge in my opinion. I don't see them keeping this challenge, confirmed. And as we see, as we won the challenge, we get to keep our challenge. He's safe at first. The call was overturned. And now we got another runner on first. Joe Madden is not happy with the call. But now Matt Davidson, who's fourth in the American League in home runs, will step to the plate with a runner on first base with 1 out.
On the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue.
Absolute screws. One's right at one guy, and then one's a single. Go figure.
And here's Tyler Saladino. And he comes into this one really slumping. The numbers there over the past several games, not very pretty. Here's the first pitch to him. A bouncer up the middle. Russell has it. Step on the bag for 1. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. So after the 3 spot last time around, he's able to bounce back and hang a 0 here. We played 2 full. It's the White Sox 3 and the Cubs nothing. Ready for another chance? Javier Baez 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. High and deep down the left field line. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Cubs strand 1. Still down 3-0.
That can't bother you too bad, Dan, right there. Power guy at the plate, and you're able to get in his kitchen.
Boy, that's a tough one to swallow, right? These big, strong guys, they like to get their arms extended. That wasn't that bad of a pitch, but he's just so strong that he's able to muscle that into the outfield grass. Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. MLB Network is back on the south side after this. For another shot, Kevin Smith hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. Here's the first pitch to him. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Hayward has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. White Sox down on just 4 pitches. They lead it 3-0.
Hope you sleep better at night, Dan.
Stepping into the box, Adam Engel, a base hit in his first trip. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. That makes it a 4-0 ball game. And he is in there with an RBI triple.
Second base hit of the game for him. This one an RBI triple, and there's still nobody out, so this could be just the start of it.
Fielder, Adam Engel.
Ready now for the White Sox. Adam Engel tripled homer run last time through, so we'll see what he's got in store here. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Runner goes. Line drive to left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. We're through 6 full. It's the White Sox 7 and the Cubs nothing.
Henneman.
Digging in once again, Jacob Henneman. 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. Now the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And that is off the wall, but in foul territory. Foul ball. And now this is served out to left off the end of the bat. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. And he's in there easily at second with a one-out double.
Nothing fires me up more than watching a hitter take what a pitcher gives him. Pitches away, batter's able to keep his hands inside, not try and do too much, and just force feed a single.
And now back. So now the White Sox manager will slowly make his way toward the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he was able to only get that first out in the 8th, but nonetheless he'll depart with the lead. Javier Irizarry gets the call as he'll pitch with one gone in the top of the 8th.
Javier Irizarry.
Alright guys, the Cubs are down to their last out of the game. Juan Minaya in to close out the game. He gave up a solo home run to Kris Bryant earlier in this inning, but we have 11-2 cushion as that one is going to hook foul, and it's a 1-1 count on Jason Hayward. It has been a fantastic game for the Chicago White Sox as they are now one strike away from taking this game against the Chicago Cubs. And this is probably going to be the game. Tyler Saladino to Matt Davidson at first, and that is a White Sox victory over the crosstown rival Chicago Cubs. An 11-2 victory, a stunning performance by Dane Dunning, getting a standing ovation from the crowd. An amazing game from the White Sox, both defensively and offensively, in this 11-2 victory over their biggest rivals, the Chicago Cubs, and in a time where they need to win in order to try to get that first place in the division to be in the postseason. As you can see, Dane Dunning going in to take his victory lap in a fantastic performance. You see the final box score, 11-16-0 for the White Sox, 2-7-0 for the Cubs. Dane Dunning moves to 13-9. Smiley makes his 5th loss. As we take a quick look at the highlights of the game, and it started off second at bat of the game, Tim Anderson with a solo home run to left field, making the score 1-0 very early on in the game, right into the White Sox bullpen.
7 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on.
Bottom of the first still, Davidson homers to right. It's not going to be his only home run in the game either, but this is a 2-run home run, making it 3-0 early. White Sox got all the run support they needed in the first inning. Adam Engel here triples to right. A fantastic game for Adam Engel. He gets an RBI out of it. It's a triple to right field. It would be back-to-back triples for the White Sox here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Moves the score to 4-0 over the Chicago Cubs. As you see, they missed the cutoff man, and Adam Engel makes it in safely under the tag of Kris Bryant at third base. Then, bottom of the 6th, Josh Bell would homer to center, a solo home run, making the score 6-0 for the Chicago White Sox, as Dane Dunning would have cruise control on, putting away the Cubs batter after batter. Matt Davidson, I told you he had another home run in him. Again, another one right to right field. A solo shot, again in the Chicago Cubs bullpen, making the score 7-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. That would be back-to-back home runs right there. Top of the 7th, the Cubs get on the board with the Kyle Schwarber home run. 441 feet, a solo home run. Schwarber got all of that one off of Dane Dunning in the top of the 7th inning. Bottom of the 7th, Anderson centers for a single, gets an RBI out of it. It was a hit and run situation. Bottom of the 7th again, Josh Bell hits a sacrifice fly to center field. D. Gordon on third. Didn't need the ball that far back for D. Gordon to score, as he is extremely fast. As you can see, the crowd was pretty empty as it was raining the entire game. No rain delays, but it was nothing but rain out there. Adam Engel, like I said, had an amazing game, getting a home run here, a 2-run shot, 439 feet, no question about it. 11-1 at this point in the bottom of the 8th inning. Fantastic job by the White Sox. And then to end out the game, as you guys saw, Jason Hayward, Tyler Saladino at third base, and he throws him out to conceal a 11-2 White Sox victory over the Chicago Cubs. Alright guys, that is going to do it for this episode. The regular season is almost over as the postseason starts in 8 days. We are 2.5 back out of the Central Division. We're 8-2 in our last 10. We're 3.5 out of the wild card. And we have 7 more games to go. And 3 of them are against the Cleveland Indians. So it's about to get real interesting, guys. We're going to find out our fate in the next episode. Hopefully we can make it to the postseason. If we don't, I feel like we exceeded expectations. We put ourselves in the chase. But we're not going down without a fight. We want to be in the postseason. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. And we will see you next episode.